Hello, hello, and welcome to the Overwatch Scrub Cup. I am your caster and host, Ark of Covenant, and we are getting into a group stage here between the Madas and Switch or I Throw. And my controller has decided not to work. Hold on a moment. I believe in you, game. There it goes. Okay. DeHippo left the game. We are off to an excellent start here. That's always a good omen when someone drops before the first point. I suppose nothing got super messed up. Going back to the lobby here. We'll see what is going on. DeHippo is finally back into the game. Okay, doing that again. Starting here on Nepal with a match between the Madas and Switch or I Throw. This is another official group stage match. This is for the Overwatch Scrub Cup, of course, an amateur tournament being held currently with finals and all that fun stuff going on Saturday. I personally may not be around for it, but be sure to check out the official channel for it. That's, I believe, twitch.tv/OWScrubCup. And you can, of course, check out the website, owscrubcup.com, and get on the Discord, which is where all the fun stuff happens. We are getting into the first point on Nepal. This is not Sanctum. I don't know what the name of this one is. Temple, I think. Should probably learn those. And pretty standard team comps coming out. I have casted both of these teams before, so I'm at least a little familiar with these guys. We see Caitlyn and Neat Ninja bringing out their DPS combo of Soldier and Pharah. Dumbass bringing out the Hanzo, of course. An excellent pick when you are a salty Hanzo main for the Overwatch Scrub Cup. Let us see what happens here. We see the Madas being first onto the point here. A great charge in, helped of course by Brux on Lucio. He is able to get onto the point effectively here. We also see a lot of damage coming in onto Pharah actually. That Discord really makes it tough for him to stay up very long. First point goes over to Madas. No picks, nope, I lied, Juggernaut went down. So really hard for them to push in here without their tank, of course. If my audio is super duper garbage, let me know. I can try to fix it. I've been trying to mess around with it lately, and it's been wrong sometimes. Caitlyn gets a pick onto Ferreira. That's the opposite way you would normally want your Soldier picks to be going. You want the Soldier to pick the Pharah, not the other way around. And it seems like the Switcher I Throw is just not going to be able to get a good group going here yet. That we do finally see Ferreira kind of back up with the team. They're trying to go around this outside here. Let's see if they're able to do something with that. Very dangerous Earthshatter out. Big Earthshatter coming out for Scrotos. He is running in there, hammer swinging. He takes out one with the Earthshatter. Caitlyn picks up another, and big res from Scrollman. He's going to kind of give them a second chance to make something happen. No one dying to that Dragon Strike. I think that was maybe a little bit poorly aimed, poorly timed. Maybe he thought there were more people in that area than there were. We see Ferreira coming out here with the visor. He gets Caitlyn, of course, but nobody else going down to that yet. He's going to have to reposition with that. We see Neat Ninja has his up. Let's see if he brings his out here. It looks likely. He takes out Juggernaut without it. He may not need it at the moment. Barrier, of course, for Lucio keeps the Madas healthy, and they're going to just clean up here without even needing that visor. We're sitting on a Zarya Graviton as well as the Mercy Res, which is going to make it really hard for Madas to push into this. Excuse me, for Switcher I Throw to push into Madas. Big Graviton coming in. We have the Transcendence to kind of counter, but it's going to be hard for them to hold on to the overtime. Res coming in onto Klondice, and a Barrage takes out Artistry, no one else. Usually you'd hope to get another kill with that Barrage and a Mercy Res on the other side. Second chance here for Switcher I Throw to scramble onto this point, but Skrotos is not having any of this. Big charge, big hammer swing, big fire strike, and Neat Ninja cleans up with a visor. Point going over to the Madas. I feel like my game audio might be a little bit quiet. Let me adjust for that here. Audio is great, says Flamingo. Thank you. Is that Flamingo? Yes, Flamingo. Closer to where it was. Okay. Point 2 is also not Sanctum. I missed the name of this one because I'm bad. This is going to be an even better Pharah map, in my opinion. She's got a lot of room to work with. She's got some houses to hide behind. But Caitlyn decides to go with Junkrat instead. So we won't be seeing any of that. Caitlyn's Junkrat has been one of my favorite picks so far in this tournament, or scrims I should say. Just does massive damage and is able to melt Reinhardt's and Zarya's and of course Roadhog's alike. So really great play from him coming out. Caitlyn goes down to a Helix Rocket. I must have jinxed him here. Scrollman picks Brux. Neat Ninja takes Scrollman, but it's 2-1 so far as picks go. Juggernaut takes Neat Ninja out, and Madas are now on the back foot. It looks like this first capture is going to go over to Switch or I Throw. And I don't know that I've seen any switches out. Maybe Scrollman switched onto Roadhog. So I guess they're done throwing because they switched now. And maybe they're going to win this one. Mada's coming out here onto the high ground. Let's see what they make of this. Skrotos does have his Earth Shatter available. Big Earth Shatter does not hit. I don't think anyone there. That's not going to bode well for them. He's going to charge in with the bubble anyway. Gets a pick onto Dumbass. Very hard to fight that Hanzo. Fight Reinhardt close range with that Hanzo, I should say. Rez coming out immediately onto Skrotos as he picks both supports. Big hammer swing and doing massive damage here. He is just putting out the hurt onto Switcher I Throw and is able to cap this point over to them.
My ultimate is ready.
We see Switch kind of regrouping here. Another Dragon Strike is available for Dumbass. They don't really have something super great to combo with, so they have to really catch the other team off guard. We see Ferreira coming in with a visor available. Let's see if he uses that to kind of clear this point. There's the tire. Great pick for Ferreira. He is able to take out that tire there. And Reinhardt charging in. There's the tack visor. Great flank from him. He takes out Brux's Lucio. He's going to take out Caitlyn as well. This is going really well for him with that visor, and this point is going straight over to Switcher I Throw off of that play. Visor coming out in return for Neat Ninja. He's getting one. He's getting not quite Roadhog. Roadhog stays up. Eventually goes down here to Neat Ninja, and the point just switches straight back to Madas. Great turnaround from them. Great response to this flank there. Big Earth Shatter coming out, I think, from Skrotos. We didn't quite see it very well on the camera, but both great play from both of them here. Klondice has the Graviton available. I suspect we'll be seeing that very shortly here as Switch is very grouped up and susceptible. We'll see what he makes of this. He might be waiting for a little bit more charge. Looks like he might be using it on the point. There it comes out. Klondice coming out with that. Rez coming out as well here for Tiki. The Hippo still has his available. Artistry goes down. Great picks there. Brux actually takes out Juggernaut. Not what you'd expect to see from a Lucio, but great picks all around for the Madas. They're going to continue holding this point. And we see Skrotos with his Earth Shatter is chilling here on the point. Emote spam, of course. Got to do that with the Reinhardt when you are playing so well. Spams it at the end there. Mercy emote coming out as well. Some style from the Madas. And finally, Sanctum, the one I know the name of. This is one of my favorite maps to see because the strategy you see on this one is very, very different. It's a little bit more enclosed. You can still play Pharah here, but it's a little bit less, what's the word I'm looking for? There's less utility to a Pharah. You can still get some really great boops, though. I've seen Orisa come out on this map as well. That's why I like this one. And of course, some big Lucio boops and whole hogs can get the environmental kills with this point so close to the pit. And here we see the Madas, both teams going for that high ground. Skrotos once again in the lead. Brux's speed boost is able to get them there first every time, and that's actually a big advantage. Let's see if they're able to capitalize. Caitlyn goes down to Scrollman. Scrollman immediately dies to Klondice. We're one pick for one. Let's see if Madas are going to continue to get pushed back here, actually. And the high ground is going over to Switch. Ferreira takes out Brux. That's no good for Madas. They are down a healer and their speed boost, more importantly. Ryan's trying to fight here. Earthshatter does not get anyone, but Juggernaut looks like he may go down. Skrotos takes out Juggernaut. It does not matter, though. The point goes over to Switch. Skrotos running in here from behind. Let's see what he makes of this. He is fighting that Zarya one-on-one. Zarya's getting healed and has a bubble, though. This is a really hard fight for him. He takes out Artistry instead. A little bit easier pick for him. Rez coming out for Tiki, and we see Dumbass coming out here with the Visor. He gets taken out by Caitlyn on Pharah. Whole Hog coming out here as well. Togna Steel, Tobelstein, whatever you want to call it, comes out. Big picks for Madas. Great work for these guys, and they are able to cap this point back from Switcher I throw. Holding steady, Skrotos chilling like an old German dude. Klondice chilling with him. They have no fears as they hold this point solid. And Switcher I throw coming in hard here. Ferreira gets hooked into the pit. Caitlyn gets Squirrelman as well. Great picks to start off this next push, and Switch is just not going to get any momentum off of that. They look so good running in, but Artistry using that speed boost, but they just go down immediately. They have to position a little bit better to not get just destroyed right out of the gate. We see them trying to come around the opposite side here, a little bit less likely to fall into a pit when you're on this side. Caitlyn raining some damage out here anyway. I suspect we're going to see possibly a barrage from him. We see them actually dropping down kind of the side. Skrotos goes down to Squirrel Man. Interesting to see that happen here. Let's see what they make of this. Rez coming out here for DeHippo, and Tiki's going to have his up very soon. Juggernaut gets hooked in. Let's see what happens here. Neat Ninja with the Visor. Great position on that Visor. Gets a couple of picks with the help of his team. Really great defense. Great positioning from Soldier. That's exactly where you want to be when you come into a situation like that, where you can get behind the shields, you can get behind and away from anyone who's going to try to pick you, and you have your team distracting on the other side. It's really hard to play into that unless you have someone on the other team that's out there gunning for you, ready to pick you off before you get any damage. Another charge coming out from Switcher I throw. This is going to be their very last one, I think, with the amount of time left on the clock. We're at 97%. Barrier comes out for Artistry, but they have to get onto the point as they are already getting picked. No one is able to touch that in time as the ultimates come out at the end, and the point and match goes over to the Madas.
Play of the match.
Caitlyn's Pharah. Great work on that Pharah here. I think that was a boop. Yes, that was a boop onto the Soldier. Great work. And this was, no, I thought this was where the Soldier ulted, but this was into the Graviton. Great work coming out for the Madas.
Excellent.
DeHippo with the card, of course. There must have been some really great res. Oh, 46% team damage. You don't even need a res to get a card for that. We will be getting into a next match here very shortly. Let's see what map they pick. Because I have a hard time predicting the amount of time these are going to take, I'm going to put some tunes up in the meantime as we wait for our next match to begin.
Now
All right, here we go into the next map of this match between the Madas and Switch or I Throw. Let's see if I have my team names right here. Did I mess up my hotkeys? Yes, I did. Hold on. Okay, that looks right. I messed up my hotkeys, but we're fine. So here we are going into King's Row, the next map for this match in the Scrub Cup group stages between Madas and Switch or I Throw. This is going to be starting with the Madas on attack. They're the red team, of course, and we see Switch on defense. We often see a little bit different strategy come out on King's Row here, especially. It seems like I've seen a lot of teams kind of switch up their style here. We have Ferreira on Junkrat and Caitlyn on Pharah. Kind of double opposite of what I would expect here, but it makes sense with the Junkrat on defense. Neat Ninja bringing out the Genji, of course. I guess if you think Genji's neat, that kind of makes sense. And Skrotos has taken out Winston. We've seen Korean coaches, I want to say, are saying Winston is the most important hero in the meta right now. As to be expected, we haven't seen a lot of him in the Scrub Cup. But here come the teams jumping out. Great jump from Skrotos, trying to jump on the back line. Maybe doesn't quite get to where he wanted because he goes down immediately. DeHippo almost overextends, trying to keep him alive. We see Neat Ninja get a pick on return, though. And Ferreira drops for... pause. Okay. Somebody dropped. Unsure why. Let's figure out what's going on. They're just going to restart, it seems like. Okay. No worries, folks. We'll get right back into it. It wouldn't be a Scrub Cup if somebody didn't drop, so no worries whatsoever. Let's see if I can't do one of these. Aha. Now, let's intermission. We're going to intermission this as we wait for our player to come back. Yeah. My hotkey for the thing I wanted is not working. So, we see a little bit different, team comps coming out here. We definitely have seen a lot of damage coming out from Caitlyn on Pharah before, and as well as Junkrat. And I'm not sure why they're not pausing at this point. We see someone on each side dropped. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm going to put the music up while we figure out what's happening here, because I'm just rambling at this point.
Widowmaker here.
Now entering King's Row.
Okay, here we go. Back onto King's Row. We have restarted because of people dropping, a little bit lack of a pause there as well. So we are going to restart from the very beginning here on King's Row. I wasn't sure how far into it we got, but it does not matter because it's all null and void. We see different picks coming out already. Ferreira on Ana and Tiki on Diva. Diva, definitely another really interesting pick for this map. I really like Diva on offense because you can land some really solid self-destructs if you time it right. Defense, it's a little bit harder to land one in there, but if you're scrambling to hold a point, it can be very useful as well. We see a Soldier for Dumbass, of course, and Juggernaut on Reinhardt. Neat Ninja no longer on Genji, switches to Roadhog, so both teams kind of adjusting here. And someone dropping once again.
My friends,
Servers, I guess, hate us at this point.
Glory to be won.
I'm not sure what we're going to do about this one.
Everyone heal up.
Trying to get a pause going. There it is. Okay, so we're only 9 seconds in. Not the worst time to pause. We're gonna maybe restart this again. Yes, we are gonna end up restarting this again. No worries. It looks like Ferreira having a hard time getting connected. Not sure what's going on his end. Hopefully we'll get those issues resolved. And I guess we just play more music in the meantime? I don't even know. I don't have a whole lot else to talk about at the moment. Talking about trying to get him back in here. I will let you guys know what is going on here. Perhaps there'll be a sub. Perhaps everything will be fine. Find out in just a moment on Dragon Ball Z.
Now entering King's Row.
Okay, here we are. Getting back into the game here on King's Row. Once again, match between the Madas and Switch or I Throw. And my team names are still right in my UI here, my overlay. This will be our third attempt to get this game started here. Hopefully Ferreira can stay connected and his ISP stops being a jerk. It'd be interesting to see if anybody switches again to adjust to the team comps. I don't think anybody saw those team comps, but if you're watching the stream, I suppose you might have. We see Neat Ninja on Zarya this time. I do like Zarya on this map, especially if you have a Pharah for the combo. You can really combo that with a whole hog as well, so that might be a play that they are looking for. Scrollman on the hog. He is going to be really dangerous for Madas to push into. He's got such, you got such a range, and you've got such a small little choke here. Everyone has to push through that, and if your Rhine shield isn't up, pretty much everyone is in danger of getting hooked. So definitely a solid pick here for Scrollman defending this point. We see Caitlyn already reining in the damage on Pharah. Juggernaut slowly backing up, trying to get away from that. Tiki's D.Va is also going to be really good for trying to hold that off as well. So Scrollman gets hooked in. Very dangerous spot for him. He does go down to Klondice. D.Va's Matrix is not able to save him. We see the Madas actually pushing in here around kind of the outside, and they are trying to get the flank going. Klondice picks Artistry. Juggernaut goes down as well. This is already not looking good for Switch or a throw, as the Madas are going to immediately start capping this point as soon as they kill Baby D.Va. Huge team wipe for them. Squirrelman gonna try to 1v6. Not gonna work super well for him. He is maybe gonna survive this so far. Is he gonna get out? Maybe, maybe not. And point goes over initially here to the Madas. They're going to start this payload here on King's Row with over 5 minutes left on the clock. Really, really quick push from them. We see Juggernaut forming up with the rest of his team, trying to get a defense going. Squirrelman totally away from the rest of his team right now, so these guys are trying to hold on to this 5v6. Juggernaut's shield already going down. That is not looking good for them, and we see 5 ultimates on the side of the Madas. They are going to rain the pain here in Spain, or I guess London. Big Earth Shatter coming in for Scrotos. There's the whole hog. They're pushing everybody out of the way. Barrier to keep them alive, and the Switcher I throw is just dropping one by one. Big, big team wipe here for them as they continue to steamroll through the alley stage of King's Row. Caitlyn and Neat Ninja both have ultimates available. We're going to hopefully see a Barrage Graviton combo, and Hippo is there to take one of them back to life, or both back to life if they do so need it. No ultimates available right now for the defense. This is Juggernaut may get his up very shortly, and that's going to be their only kind of saving grace. But you can't really counter a Pharah with the Earth Shatter very easily, so we'll see what they make of this. Caitlyn jumping in here. Let's see if he's able to get any picks here before the fight even starts. Really, really dangerous spot to be fighting. You kind of have to fight in close quarters, and you're just going to get Graviton, and bad things are going to happen. Here it comes. Big picks for Pharah. Quintuple kill for Pharah as the Madas continue to steamroll through King's Row. Huge cap with more than 5 minutes remaining on the clock. This is not looking good at all for Switcher I throw.
0-3. Switching sides.
Madas just are going to be able to really make something happen here. And my controller has died. Excellent. No worries, I have a backup plan. There it goes. Cool. So we're going to have to see some really, really quick pushes here out of Switcher I throw. I am really hoping we see something exciting happen, but it's not looking kind of grim for them. We see Dumbass bringing out the Widowmaker. Let's see if he is going to be getting any major picks to start this point off. That would be a great start for them, but even a really quick cap here right off the bat is not going to seal the deal, as there's several spots here Madas could really hold up. Let's see if he's going to stay on Dumbass is going to stay on Widowmaker. Juggernaut taking McCree this time around. Not sure if he has a specific plan for that or just feels really comfortable with Kriege. It's definitely not a bad pick, but not what he's been on in the past. Ferreira switching to Reinhardt, so we see roles kind of switching around for them. Caitlyn once again brings out the Junkrat. I fear for the entirety of Switcher I Throw facing down Caitlyn's Junkrat. They're going to have to get some really solid picks, and they have the comp to do it. We could see Squirrel, Juggernaut, or Dumbass get a pick here onto Caitlyn, so all is not lost for them. They can make this happen, but they have to be really careful of the crazy damage coming out from that Junkrat here. Dumbass immediately going for some picks. Let's see what he's able to get. Moving up to the closer kind of Overwatch point here. Overwatch. Oh, so close. Very close to getting some picks here. We see the rest of the team actually making that same kind of flank here behind. Squirrelman does go down, though. That'll make it a little bit hard for them to continue this, and they are actually retreating here. Trying to kind of make something happen. They're afraid to charge in and all die and feed ult, but it's not working for them to just kind of stand here in the choke either. We see Tiki going down to Neat Ninja. Juggernaut gets grabbed in, Klondice picking him off. So they're really going to all die and have to regroup anyway, or almost all die, as they were not able to effectively retreat. They are slowly regrouping here. We see Juggernaut finally coming out of spawn, and Ferreira getting his shield set up. Going down here so quickly with the damage coming out from the Madas, though. Shield is down. They're going to back off again and wait for that to recharge, I guess. Maybe they're able to get a pick. Fire Strike does not land. Neat Ninja raining some damage in. Ferreira gets hooked. Luckily stays alive. He does have the Pocket Mercy coming out there, so that will help him stay up for sure. We see Neat Ninja raining some damage here with Soldier. Really great position for him to get some picks. As Klondice hooks in Artistry, that's just not helpful at all for the push here for Switcher I Throw. They need everybody up to make a solid push, and losing someone like that just delays them more and more, and they do not have any time to spare. See, Artistry did actually switch over to Lucio. That's definitely going to help them push in. Big Earth Shatter coming in from both sides. We do see Dumbass actually get a pick here onto Soldier. Caitlyn is raining some damage as well. Transcendence from Brux to keep his team alive. He does get charged. Luckily has the Transcendence to keep him alive when that happens. And we see a tire coming out from Caitlyn. He gets two big picks with that, and that's going to help his team continue to hold this point. Big pick here for Skrotos as well onto Scrollman. Klondice does go down, though, and Artistry is going to have to back off. A great try, but they just didn't quite have the momentum they needed to make anything happen, and both teams are trying to regroup. If Switch gets regrouped quickly here, they do have a little bit of a spawn advantage. We do see Klondice still coming back from spawn. They're not going to be able to take advantage of this, though. We do see the rest of the team going to that high ground. They might be trying to all come out that top and kind of loop around, and we see Mada's trying to kind of push forward to make a play against that. Juggernaut jumps down with the shield. The rest of the team does follow. We see them coming in. Whole Hog coming out from Klondice. He is getting a pick here with that onto Artistry, and he gets Tiki as well. Excuse me, Tiki. Ferreira eventually picks him off, but that is not looking good for them, as they are not going to have a res available in the immediate future. The Hippo, in the meantime, does. We do see Dumbass go down to Neat Ninja, and this is looking very, very dangerous for Switcher I Throw, as they have time for maybe one more push and only one ultimate to do it with. Meanwhile, we have a Visor and an Earth Shatter available for the Madas. Hook coming out here. Juggernaut staying up. Tack Visor for Neat Ninja. Let's see what he makes of this. Switch is able to hide mostly effectively from that Visor, and Skrotos is actually the one doing the work for them. We see Junkrat put some damage out here as well. Does not matter. They are not able to get onto the point, and the second map goes over to Madas. I believe this is just best of 3, actually, and that's going to be the match. Let me confirm that.
Victory.
let's go back to the overlay here to see Neat Ninja's Graviton. Great Graviton from him, great combo with the Pharah ultimate as well.
Огонь по готовности.
There's the barrage coming in. Quintuple kill for both of them. Excellent work from these guys.
Epic.
Hard work.
Neat
is its
Ninja
own
gets the
reward.
card. Oh, so close to the 10-point card. Not quite there.